I had an expectation going on this trip that I would make a difference in so many people's lives. But I also had an expectation that my life would change totally.
My expectations before going on this trip was that I would go to an area nobody knew about Jesus and share my heart with the people down there and see God just change their lives. And that's not exactly how it went. And at first, it took a while for me to look past that and to see what God was going to do with me while I was down there and what kind of an impact I would have for them.
We went to Rio De Janeiro, Brazil. We went there to set up a medical clinic and to do evangelism. And we went to a little church in a favela. And it was really a lot nicer than I thought it would be. They did have some air conditioning. Of course, the clinics where we were did not. But it wasn't even as hot as it is here. It's their winter there now. So it was comfortable, and the people there were very, very warm and welcoming. They did evangelism in one section of the church. Another section was the eye clinic and a triage station. And then we were upstairs in 2 rooms, and we had 2 doctors and 3 nurses upstairs. And of course, we were working with the interpreters as well.
People would come in, they would go to people would witness to them and share them the gospel. And then they would go to the eye clinic or the medical clinic or both. But when I was down there, I did more works with the kids and did kind of like a vacation Bible school with them. So it was cool to be able to hang out with them and show them at a young age what the Bible stories are about. We shared with them about Noah and just a bunch of different Bible stories to help impact them as little kids.
I saw people's needs met in many different ways. Spiritually, with the evangelism, hearts were changed, lives were changed. I also saw that one of the biggest, I think, reasons that they came was for the eye clinic. The eye doctor there was very popular. In Brazil, they don't get their glasses for free, and they are very expensive. So I think we gave away over 900 pairs of glasses.
I remember one day I was with my mom in the medical clinic. I was with her 2 days and the rest with the kids, but when I was with her, I remember this man coming up, and he'd never been to the doctor, and he was like 68 or 70 years old. And that just I was like, well, I cannot imagine never have been to the doctor. And I remember before he left, he said, you'll never know how much this impacted me, and I wish I could had something to give you, and I wish I had some way to thank you. He said, but all I can do is pray for you, and that's what I'll do. And I just remember that blew my mind, because that's all he could do, but that was more than anything else would be like that. So.
Re-entry's been good in some ways. It's great to see family. But I guess I'm a little melancholy about it.
I have so many stories that I feel like I want to tell people, and it's hard because they'll come up and ask you, how's your trip? And it's kind of in passing, so all you can say is, oh, it was great, but you can't tell them every single story.
What God taught me is that He's the God of little things as well as the God of big things. And He taught me that not to look for the big things, to trust Him, to be obedient to the call, and He will use me. And it might not be in a way that I imagined. It might not be anything that I'm really aware of. But I do have faith that He did use me.